Hi, boys and girls. Today we're going to read a book called Billie and the Brilliant Bubble. Social Distancing for Children by Travieso. I think this is our main character, Billie, because I see that she's in a bubble. Let's find out what that means, in a bubble. Billie and the Brilliant Bubble. This is Billie. One day, Billie was at her favorite place, the park, swinging as she watched the beautiful butterflies nearby. A kickball rolled toward her. Two children walked over to pick it up. "Hello, I'm Billie," she said with a friendly smile. "Hi, Billie. I'm Carly, and this is my brother Cameron." Cameron continued to walk toward the ball, which continued to roll toward Billie. "I can help you with your ball," Billie said. "Please stay there, and I will kick it to you so I don't pop my bubble." "Bubble? What bubble?" Cameron asked curiously. Billie, we don't see a bubble," Carly said. "Well, technically it's imaginary," Billie giggled, "but it's there." "Why do you have an imaginary bubble?" Cameron asked. Billie happily told her new friends about her bubble. "Each morning when I leave my house, I step into my bubble. It keeps me clean, safe, and germ-free during the day. When I go home, I step out of my bubble and wash my hands. Do you like bubbles?" "Of course we do. I love to blow bubbles," Carly said. "I like to pop bubbles," Cameron added. The children laughed as they thought about the last time that they blew bubbles. Cameron was curious, and he wanted to know more. When you're curious, you want to know more. "What can you do in a bubble?" Billie was eager to continue sharing information. She's sharing information. "Being inside a bubble doesn't keep me from doing anything, really. It just means that I keep a little more distance from other people when I'm not home. I can play outside." So here she is in her invisible bubble, and she just means that she keeps people further away, not close to her. "I can play inside. I can even go to parties in my bubble." And she's going to stay further away from people. "Are you allowed to take your bubble to school?" asked Carly. "Oh, yes, I sure am. I also take it to any dance lessons, restaurants, and the beach if I go. Most importantly, the bubble keeps me and all the people around me healthy. You see, any germs that I have stay in my bubble, so I don't get anyone else sick. And the germs that other people have stay outside my bubble, so they don't get me sick." Carly nodded her head. "That makes sense. It reminds me of when Mom told us to wave goodbye to Aiden and Sage instead of hugging them. Do you remember that, Cameron?" "So we can say goodbye and greet from 6 feet. Definitely. Pinky waves, air hugs." Yeah. "Oh, yeah, that's right," Cameron replied. "Or when my teacher reminds us to stay 6 feet apart when we walk to the library," he added. "Germs are yucky and make us sick, so I stopped sucking my thumb, and now I don't get any germs in my mouth." "But don't you get sad when you can't hug your mommy and daddy?" "Oh, I hug my family all the time. When we go home, we pop our balloons and wash our hands. Then we can safely hug each other. And when everyone is healthy, we have Grandma and Grandpa over so that we can hug them too. Oh, that's another thing we can do to stay healthy. We can wear our masks. That protects everybody too." "I wish I could have a bubble," Carly whispered quietly. "You can, Carly. My mommy taught me how to make bubbles for other people. Would you like one? Carly quickly replied, Oh, pretty please, with sugar on top. I'd like one too, please, Cameron chimed in. Then Billie zipped an imaginary zipper in front of Carly from her head down to her toes. Step in. Carly stepped into the bubble, 1 foot at a time. This is fun, she said with a chuckle. Then it was Cameron's turn. As he stepped in, he pretended to touch the top of his new bubble. Billie, it's time to go, honey bunches. Oh, that's my mom calling me. I have to go now, but I hope we can play again another day, Billie said to her new friends. We do too. Thank you for telling us about your imaginary bubble, Cameron said. Now we can stay healthy like you. Because they're using social distancing. The children smiled as they waved goodbye from their bubbles. Pretending that you have a big bubble around you and that you don't want people to touch your bubble is a great way of helping you know how much space you should have between you and the next person. Keeping some distance between us and other people can help us all stay healthy. Thank you for reading this book with me.